Alright, to heck with it. Let's go ahead and, oh, that's nice. I've had the music off the whole time. Alright, everybody, sorry about that. Yeah, well, said to heck with it, and yeah, okay, here we are. Ah, how about let's do this? So you can actually see me for once. And you can see the way that's everything's set up now. Looks like both trains are still running. Yeah, well, you know. Jean-Pierre, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so, I don't know, how's the volume, Jean-Pierre? Is the music really loud, or? Uh-oh. Oh, Loco's still moving. Okay. Remember to ask and wait. Could be a little lower. Okay. Yeah, because I had turned it up just a hair because it seemed like it was a little on the loud side. Here, let's go to... Come on. It's such a pain in the butt because I don't have a XLR or anything to adjust. Okay. Is that good, or is it like too low now? Good now? Okay. Alright, cool. I'll set it to negative 35 dB when I can fuss with it and not worry about blowing out anybody's ears. Raven, welcome to the stream. Or welcome back to the stream. Yeah, we're already down a locomotive in the repair shop. The original train that was pulling... Where is it? Let's go over here. The original train that was pulling the circus train, the original locomotive, through a traction tire. So, George Sarson, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the original locomotive pulling that one. Where is? Oh, it's right here behind me. Okay. The original locomotive pulling the circus train was a GS4 until the GS4 threw its traction tires. And I should have known that was on the horizon when I put it on the track and the traction tires were getting no traction. So it threw its traction tire coming up this hill that we're staring at right now. But let's go ahead and come back to here. So this is, so everybody's, you know, I mean, you probably have, if you've seen any of my other streams, you've seen my computer is in the corner. But now that I've gotten some new cameras, done some rearranging and whatnot, I actually have a face cam here now. I love how I'm staring at the screen over here instead of looking over here like I should be. Sorry about that. So I actually am able to have a face cam now, and yeah, so you can see where my little control station sits. You can see the resident bearded dragon over here. Eventually Miranda, that's her name, will end up getting a camera. You know, most other people, you know, streamers that have their little animal cams or pet cams, you know. Anthony, welcome to the stream, sir. Thank you for stopping by. We're shaking out some more bugs and working on some cams or setups here and refining some stuff. Here we'll go ahead and we'll just pop all the cams that we have around us here. And so you can see all the various cams here, there, and everywhere around the layout. This is what we have so far. Some of these seem to be having some really weird resolution issues. Not exactly sure why, but in time we'll get it sorted out. I'll figure it out and figure out what's going on with them, get them ironed out. But this is the test. This is what I've been fighting with all week, trying to get any more than just 2 cams going. And on the layout, we currently have a Concours, which is the one coming right behind me right here. Is a Concours Challenger 3976 in the Greyhound scheme. Oh, no problem, Jean-Pierre. It was awesome to come see what you've done and actually get a nice full view of your layout. I really need to find out why that cam is having such a hissy fit back there. Here, Here, let me see if I can fix that real quick. Station cam properties. Just go ahead and do that. Let's see if that irons it out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We smoothed it out a little. Now it's not quite so herky-jerky. But yeah, that's a Concorde Challenger. I remotored. It's got a coreless file baller motor in it. And has DCC inside, or ESU EXU Lokesound Micro V4, and it's the last of my V4s that I had in it for its sound system and its control. And then obviously all the cars behind it are all microtrains, circus trains. So here we'll cut to this cam and give you a little bit of a look at some of them. This cam's not focusing very well apparently, and I'm not exactly sure why. It had been working just fine. But as I was stating, we've already got one locomotive down for the stream that's in the repair shop now for throwing traction tires, which was the original one supposed to be pulling the circus train here. Looks like we're about to lose a car off the circus train. I'll have to fix that. Yes, Jean-Pierre, you're very correct. It can be very much so, and to me, it's part of the fun. It really is part of the fun of doing them, quite honestly. So I don't mind converting older locomotives over to DCC. So that's the train the Challenger's pulling. What in the world is this? I swear I think Epidemic is listening to me, and it is doing some weird stuff. Next. There we go. Okay. The layout is looking... Thank you, Raven. It's soldering iron, yes, Jean-Pierre, and a real fine tip helps a lot too. The layout is progressing. The far end, or the lake loop end, this end over here, is pretty much locked down in place where I want it to be. Those are the broader curves that are on it now. The outer radius is 18 7/8, and the inside radius is 17 5/8 inch radius, which, you know, for larger scales is quite small, but for end scale is quite large. So trains seem to really actually be enjoying going around it. Well, welcome to the stream, Mustache Mike. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, now that I've gotten this side essentially nailed down, I can actually start gluing this in place. I want to run it for probably at least a week or two to kind of see if I truly like it and how the trains like it. So far, the couple of tests that I've run have been pretty good, pretty successful. Been pretty happy with it overall. So I know Jean-Pierre said it was pretty good. How's my voice compared to the music? Does the music seem pretty loud? I know on the scale on my side it seems like it's a bit loud compared to me. But again, I don't know how it sounds on your guys' side. But so I'm thinking music is barely noticeable. Okay. Yeah, I just want it to be just, you know, just enough of a kind of, you know, background, you know, obviously background music. So, but I'm so happy because I really want to. This is how big my lake was originally going to be. You can see the outlines of where the track originally was on my very first design of the layout. I'm really looking forward to expanding my vision now and opening this area up and having a bigger here, let's do this. Now that we're in the lake loop, I don't even know where I have my face cam set here. Oh, in the bottom corner. Okay, that works. I'm kind of out of the way down there in the corner. So, you know, it, really looking forward to, wow, did that even pop up? Oh, there it goes, finally. Okay, yes, so I'm babbling on about the track and everything. Sorry about that. Yeah, the second train running right now is a Bachmann 284. It is a Berkshire. It's my wife's Berkshire. Pretty much everything you see on the track right now is my wife's, except for the Challenger. But the other train is a Bachmann 765. She is very fond of 765. So she wanted one at N scale. They had just come out with them at the time we picked one up. And so what it's pulling, those cars are actually mine, except for the last one. That one's hers. But those used to be for my Class J when I had a Class J. So we would, you know, they kind of swap back and forth between 765 and the Class J like they do in real life. So it's pulling the Class J's auxiliary tender. Jimmy E, welcome to the stream. And tell everybody, you know, hope you guys are having a great weekend. And hope you guys have a great Easter tomorrow. So it's pulling the Class J's auxiliary tender, and I do have a rear observation car for the Norfolk and Western car set. I just chose to leave the Pennsylvania observation car on the back just because, oh, it looks better. You know what? I haven't. Okay, there it is. I was getting a little worried. I hadn't seen the circus train, so I'm making sure it had installed on the other side of the layout. And at least this one's now behaving. This one has, well, I said it. Now I need to knock on some wood. It's thrown the auxiliary tender in a hole in the back corner, which I haven't filled in yet, which used to be a tunnel. And thrown that front baggage car off the track. So, yeah. Hopefully you're enjoying being a grandpa there, Jim. I know I have a lot of fun with my grandbabies when I get to spend time with them. They love this too, so they have a lot of fun. Coming and watching Grandpa run trains, and I do let them run them from time to time as well. Yes, it is a nickel plate locomotive. It is indeed a nickel plate locomotive. And so I'm really kind of depressed because I sat there and, not depressed, but kind of let down because I had sat there and put that decoder in my wife's Freedom Train GS4 just for it to go and throw the traction tires on me. So just had my newest baby here an hour ago. Oh, nice, Raven. So go back through the cameras again for those that have come in recently and haven't seen all the new lovely cams. So first off, hi. Now you can see me and the lizard. Normally she's sitting up on that swing staring at me right over the suction cup. And yeah, he was born during Dave's live. Nice. You mean his like 19-hour long, almost an entire day stream? So we've got this cam. Now we've got a face cam. Oh yes, Jean-Pierre. There's plans. Lots of plans. Lots of plans. So we got face cam now and critter cam. Eli Moncla. welcome to the stream. Okay, so we've got the crest cam, which I've always tried to keep because, hey, you can see the straightaways are straighter now. They're no longer meandering all over the place. Here we're going to have a meet of the 765 and the Challenger on top of the hill. And thank you, Anthony. I wanted to really try and get them as close to rail height as I possibly could, because it gives kind of a unique angle, for the cameras. Obviously, anything that's elevated is going to make that a lot easier. Eventually, this view will not be possible anymore, unfortunately, because along the back of these risers will actually be a scenic divide. Oh, you know what? I need to grab that real quick as it goes by before that falls off the flat car. You two need to stay put. Okay. There will be a like a backdrop right in this area, because behind it will be the staging yard. You can see the track for the staging yard all the way to the right and below. That is where the staging yard's going to be, and it's also like a reversing loop. Oh, Mustache Mike, that camera that Jean-Pierre had, that was pretty cool thinking. I think I've got some spare servos down in my old RC box, and it gives me ideas. Well, I mean, I don't know about simple, because you really got to plan for the curves, because I've got very broad curves in it scale. So here you've got, continue down and you'll be able to see some of the curves I'm talking about. You got the Lake Loop cam, which again, for those that weren't here, this is almost a 19-inch outer and almost or just over a 17.5-inch inner radius on this. They are super elevated as well. Yes, exactly, Eli Monkla, and it. I mean, it worked with the other ones I had in there, but this keeps with the minimums that I wanted to have on the layout, so I can still pretty much say, oh yeah, I've got 18 to 19-inch minimums, and there are some 28.25-inch radius sections as well. So we've got this Lake Loop, what I call the Lake Loop cam. This is our station, and will be the city, which you can see with the I got the little school bus back over there, and there is a station on the other. There's actually two buildings. There's the building with the Coca-Cola sign, and there's one right behind it. And then on the other side of that building is the train station and freight depot. The platform is temporary right now, because I am going to have a platform, but I plan on scratch building a much longer platform. Love the log cabin. Sorry. Oh, Eli Monkla, don't feel bad. I'm happy that I've at least got one end of the layout to where I could start gluing it and start to get to the part I really want to get to, which is the scenery. Because I really want to get to the scenery on this layout and have some fun. I really do. And after doing all the scenery on the small layout, which is actually sitting right here to my right, I'm really excited to get to it on this one. I've got big ideas. We'll see how some of them pan out. I have a want to do kind of, like Dave has his Peter Mingding. Aloha. Welcome to the stream. Dave's got his moving highway. Well, thanks to Dave and Kevin really getting me sucked in, yes. And for those that don't know, Little Track Corner is Jean-Pierre's streaming channel. He was streaming on there earlier and showing off his awesome layout. I had a good time watching it, and he was showing off some cool little tech. He has a little remote control cam that he can change the angles on and look around and whatnot. And it like he said in his stream, it's almost like rail fanning. It's model train rail fanning. It's literally because of the level that it's at. It's a lot like my cam over there on the crest, where it's just about that height, so you can pan and watch a train go by. So, really cool idea, and I don't know. I think it might be something cool to maybe someday set up, maybe on top of one of these buildings right here that are actually in front of the cam right now, so that you can actually just kind of turn and track the train as they go by on the High Line. So yes, please feel free to drop by Jean-Pierre's channel, give him a sub, give him a thumbs up, give him the hit the bell. He popped on earlier. It was very, very, very cool to see. Plus, hey, he's got a really nice layout. It's a very nice. It's a good sized little layout. There's a lot going on, and that's the beauty of N scale. Is you don't have to have this monster like what's sitting behind me to have a lot going on. You just don't. 8x6. See, that's a nice size layout. You've got a lot more done than I have. And this was started 8 years ago. So, they're over 8 years ago now, actually. But, so this is this cam, and then we've also got what I'm going to call the park loop cam. And it doesn't look like much right now, but the plan for this area, hey, Eli Moncla, there's nothing wrong with a 4x4. The small layout I had for quite a while, and some of my first streams were on, is a 2x4. So it's a 2 foot by 4 foot layout. So, This area of the layout is, I had this thing where it was one day, went down the eBay rabbit hole. No, mine was not point to point. It's actually got 2 loops with a couple of spurs that go into the middle and some industries. Anthony, I toyed with the idea of N scale or even TT when I started 10 years ago, but hands were already in bad shape to try and work with N and could not find what I wanted in TT, so HO it was. Well, and that's, Anthony, I thought when I resurrected this layout, or knew I was going to put this layout back up, I thought long and hard about if I was going to stay N scale or sell the N scale off and go HO, because I'm starting to have little issues. John Murphy, welcome to the stream. Little Tracks Corner just subbed your channel. Oh, thanks very much. Oh, you're telling jump here. Sorry, I got confused. Well, welcome to the channel anyways there, John Morphy. Sorry, turn around to check the trains, make sure everything's good. Unlike Dave, my desk isn't turned around where I'm facing the layout. I've actually got my back to the layout. So sometimes I gotta kind of spin around, make sure everything's going well behind me. Oh, well, thank you, Eli Malika. And thank you, everybody, for coming by tonight. But yeah, back to what I was saying, Anthony, is Trev Trains. It is all Unitrack, yes. This is next to the largest radius Unitrack they make. You know, I'm starting to have issues, so when I notice that I'm having motor skill days or motor skill issue days, Anthony, those are the days that I decide, okay, I'm gonna work on some scenery, or let's just clean some track, or let's just run some trains today, and kind of avoid those days. So, you know, when I got back into everything, Great Northern, welcome back to the stream, and good evening. Hope you're having a great weekend. But I decided, you know, I had so much cool stuff that was really on the harder to find stuff, or harder to find side of things, that I was like, oh, you know what, heck with it, let's go. And you know, and talking with Kevin and I think Jim, you know, when I first was throwing down what I was going to do and what the track plan on this layout originally was, they had said, well, can't you make it double mainline? And I'm like, I don't know if the risers will allow for it. And Kevin's like, oh yeah, he goes, that I do it on mine. So I was like, okay. And that's when I discovered on the side of the Kato re-railer, Jim, it's when I decided, you know, I realized that I, for whatever reason, didn't notice before. One second, I'll walk back over to the desk. Turn on the face cam real quick. So, Kato re-railer. See the little notches across the top? Those are for track spacing. So you just bloop, set it on the track. You get your double spacing. So it made it pretty easy for laying out the double mainline. And surprising how well that actually worked out. I do have a crossover, which you can, I don't know, let's see if you can see it on this cam. Not sure, well, you can't really see it at the moment. The circus train's blocking it. Let's see. You can barely see it in the back there, just behind the hill. You can see one of the crossovers where it goes from the right track to the left track. And let's see if you can see it right here. Well, you can see it right here to the left, right in front of the little Jason sign, is one of the crossovers. But I have crossovers, you know, that go both ways. So you can go inner to outer, outer to inner. No problem. Let's see. My thing is just having trains running was primary, then having the city of Delmenhorst station. Everything else was not that important. Takes me a while to decide to do anything anymore. You know what, Anthony? I have to kind of agree. There was one of the days we were sitting in Discord, and I can't remember who all was there. I think Dan, Was it Dan Crane that did it? The second. But somebody had popped, had asked me, hey, drop some pictures of your loop areas into the chat, and he took them and ran them through an AI generator, telling them, all the stuff that I had said I would like to do in that area. And the images it spit out were like, speaking of Dan, good evening. Welcome to the stream, sir. It showed me the music stop. What happened? It did stop. Why you do this? You got a huge playlist. Why did you stop? That's weird. But everybody hates on AI. But for those of us that like Anthony said, you have a hard time deciding what the hell you're going to eat for breakfast. Sometimes, it really helps kind of spur on or help block or break the like writer's cramp or writer's block, as so to say. It helps you get through that. Okay, I see. Easy Buds, welcome to the stream, and welcome. Have a seat, sit a spell. We're going over a nice detailed breakdown of, looking at the new cams on the layout, watching some nice little models run around in circles. But JKM Railroad, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the kind words, very much. So yeah, the AI helped. In this view, this one right here, I know there's not any trains, so it's going to be kind of boring, and I'm sorry for that. But this, eBay searching, came across those motorized carnival rides, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. So my idea was to have a park that has like a carnival going on in it, and while I'm at it, it's like, well, why not have a train going around the little park and the carnival and everything. And how cool would that be? And so these were some of the ideas that I gave Dan Crane, and Dan Crane, or not Dan Crane, Dan Crane gave me the site to go throw all this information into, the AI site. And what it came up with was just, yeah, okay, I want that now. Trying to find, here we go. Let me go ahead, we'll blow this up. And let's, which one is it? This is what it came up with. Inside that corner that you were just seeing, that's just blank. This is exactly what it came up with, and I went, that's freaking awesome. And obviously, some of the rides would be a little bit different because the ones that they offer are a little bit different than what you see there. But they do have a Ferris wheel. I did have in one of the images have it remove the roller coaster. I like the pond idea. I didn't even mention a pond, and it came up with the pond, and I'm like, I didn't ask for it, but I don't hate it. And so this is more or less what the plan is for inside what I call the park loop. This is park loop. This is what it helped me kind of visualize what I was thinking. Yes, and exactly. You don't have to be exact, but it gives you an idea to go towards. Oh, easy buds, you are very welcome. Been an N scaler since 1963. Well, you've been an N scaler for longer than I've been alive. I was born in 76. So, yeah, you've been at it longer than I've been alive. And so I almost kind of feel for you because that was like right in the budding days of starting to get some of the good stuff. Yes. Yeah, you know what? Anthony, exactly. That why did it just paused again? Why? Why do you mean? Oh, that's the stream. Yeah, let's go back to the actual park loop because there's actually a train running around it. Let me fix this real quick. I don't know why. Oh, what in the world is going on here? Let's just pick a different song. No. Uh, bear with me 1 second, please. All right. So we are on shuffle. Please. Shuffle. Okay. Now let me see. Oh, well, Mustache Mike, I mean, yeah. I get where you're coming from on that. I really do. I totally get it. I just like that it really kind of helped nudge my thinking. You know, oh, I don't have the. Shoot. I don't have the one for the Lake Loop side, Dan. I don't know where it's at. Trying to find it and I can't find it. GRE 2057, thank you so much for the subscription and welcome to the channel. Hopefully that alert's not too overly obnoxious. Oh, Anthony, you are very, very, very lucky. That's definitely a bucket list item for me. Is I really want to go over there. Having gone to the UK last year and having the time that we did, oh, I want to go back to the UK because there's more I want to do over there, and more friends I want to visit. But yeah, there's definitely Miniature Wonderland is definitely on the bucket list for sure. Oh yeah, Eli Monclay, yes. Sorry, I didn't miss. I missed what you were talking about with the tarmac, and I'm tossing up what exactly I want to do with the model jets. Just started scenery on my third N scale out in a limited space, so I made it multi-level this time. Awesome, Easy Buds. Well, this layout's had 3 different layouts on it now. It's on its 3rd incarnation. But Eli Moncla, back to what you were saying. I'm having a hard time deciding what I want to do with it. I was thinking about trains, planes, and automobiles. Jeff, I saw in he has his little firefighting airport that it starts on the layout, but then goes off, like ends at the edge of the layout. So use your imagination. Runway continues, aircraft operations can persist. I thought that would probably be a pretty cool thing to do. Honestly, I thought it would be kind of cool. I've also thought about maybe having Like an aircraft museum. Now, granted, the 737 and the 767 are a little in the why would those be in an aircraft museum? But the DC-9 for sure would be in an aircraft museum. I know the DC-9 that my flight sim team has in the parking lot actually came out of the old Evergreen Museum and was actually used in an episode of The Librarians. So you never know. And the guy that we acquired it from was going to turn it into a treehouse, of all things. So, yeah. I'm trying to find... I can't find it. It's driving me insane. I know I saved it somewhere. Because Dan Crane had posted it. And I know I saved it, but I can't find it. Shoot. Oh, well. Well. Hearing you, you'll definitely order a headset, Mike. I don't know that I'd necessarily go that route, Jean-Pierre. They get a little uncomfortable after a little while, and so my goal is to eventually... I almost bought, when I bought the cameras, I almost bought a boom mic. It must have an epic... It is an epic place. Spent these 4 hours visiting there. Oh, nice, Anthony. Dan Crane, sorry, I missed what you said. If you don't like to use Grok, the one that I found is second best. Google Gemini. Grok is incredible for rendering images, but Gemini is an okay option. Okay. So, these are some of the things, you know, the Lake Loop cam, or the Lake Loop cam, the Lake Loop did. Okay, apparently that cam froze. Let me see if I can wake this camera back up. Are we not going to come back? Hello, Lake Cam. Why did you leave me? Oh, that is not good. Is our crest cam working? Our crest cam is indeed working. Let's try something. I hope it's not acting up and doing... No! Oh my. That is not good. Well, it looks like we have a dead camera. That is unfortunate. Well, so much for that. That is very unfortunate. Wow. Did you get the cams from Kevin? Well, it's the ones that I got were suggested from Dave, because they're the ones Dave uses. So, yeah. Well, all right. Let's check the other cameras. All right, Station City's looking good, or City Station is looking good. That's got the Berkshire cruising by now. And the Park Loop is still working. It's interesting that the Lake Loop cam died on me. That is unfortunate. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can't get it to come back. Because usually, if you... Okay, we're going to go back to that. I'm going to go into studio mode and see if I can't fix that camera. Sorry everybody for the black screens. Oh, thank you very much there, Anthony. And Jerry, thank you very much. Believe it or not, that is my wife's train. There's more in the box over here behind me. But yeah, that is my wife's train. There's actually... So she's got... I think she's got all of the boxcars for the Ringling Brothers train, I think. And those go with the caboose, which I thought was nice to throw on the end. Yeah, Mike, it might be something like that. Let's see, where is it right now? It is actually coming up right now. By coming down the station track. Yeah, I think it was something like that, Jerry. It was huge. The Challenger could pull it. This thing pulled 32 or 34 Union Pacific passenger coaches when I tested it. The circus cars are all micro trains. Every one of them is. And we're losing that front... We're losing that front wagon, literally again. It must be doing a lot of jerking around because it's about to throw off the Dragon car. Here, let's go to the park loop. Yes, yes, yes. Transition. He didn't escape the dungeon, he just transferred into a new one. Oh! He migrates around to new dungeons. He's a frequent dungeon hopper. Don't know that I'm necessarily going to load this Challenger down a whole lot more. Oh, we have a Dragon car down. Nope. All right, well, we're gonna, yep. All right, oh no, oh, I broke one. My wife's gonna kill me. It's one of those nights. Oh, whew, it's not broken. Side just popped off. Oh, thank you. I don't have to worry about being in the doghouse now. Oh. You'll see when it comes around that it's missing a car or two or three. Here, we'll go back over here. Okay, I need to come out of studio mode real quick. I gotta try and get this car back together so I can put it back on the train. You can see the nice little gap we got going there. I'm gonna actually... I'll slow it down right where it's at, actually. Not bad slow speed for a Concord, eh? Motor's doing all the work. I think all of these cars are meant to be on cars like the last one, the red one, because it actually has the side rails on it, so they wouldn't fall off. We just haven't picked up any more of those. So, all right, let's get this back on the roll again. All right, back up to speed. Have to keep an eye on those cars. Super glue and duct tape, she'll never notice. Luckily, it just popped off. Thank God. Have a good night, Jerry. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Anthony. Good evening, Anthony. Sorry, I didn't know if Jerry was the one leaving. Have a good evening, Anthony. Hope you have a great Easter with the little ones and the family tomorrow. Yeah, nobody's a stranger around here. Everybody's welcome to come and hang out. Even if things do go sideways from time to time, I'll put it over here on the... wish I knew why these... Cub Burken, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great evening and a good weekend. That's always can be very fun or very terrifying, Eli. And the benefit with my wife, we were friends for quite a few years before we ended up deciding, and both had interesting relationships, let's put it that way. So we're like, what the hell, let's give it a shot. And 21 years later, here we are. So, yeah. Or a little over 20 years. A little over 20 years. Here we are. Yeah, I need to figure out what happened to this camera. Let's see if our lake loop cam feels like working. Nope, still does not feel like working. Alright, well, yeah. We'll go back to this. Yeah. So, one thing I can try is I can try this. I know this camera's still working, which is in the same hub. So, go into studio mode real quick and see if I can get... Oh, yeah. Oh! Really? Well, how about that? Put it in a different port. Canadian Locomotive Logistics, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, sir? Alright, so I think what we're going to do is this next round, we're actually going to pull the Berkshire into the siding. Then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna run next. Throw the switches. Need to get this camera, or this fan, out of my way. So I can walk over here. Huh. Well, who knew? Just swapping the port and the camera would start working again. Go figure. Didn't even have to mess with what cam it was. Just put it in a different port. And, yeah, okay. So, Mike, you're right. Just unplug it, plug it back in. Apparently fixes all of it. Oh, so Jimmy's over there asking where the food's at? Sorry, Jim. No, I tend to at least I allow Jim a little bit of freedom, but just enough so that I don't get in trouble with Dave and Kevin. All right, so let's go over here to the station cam. Please stay on the track coming into the station sighting. It's a number 6 switch. It should behave. All right. So 765 is parked. What should we put? Peter Mignon, wish you a happy Easter as well, and you have yourself a good evening. So I can't remember. Are you 5 hours ahead or are you 5 hours behind, Peter? Canadian Locomotive Logistics. Yes, sir. I am very small-minded, I guess is the way you could put it. Ahead. Okay. So he's 5 hours ahead. Oh, it is very late at night to be doing something outside. Yeah, easy, bud. When I moved into this house and my wife gave me the okay to build a layout when I had said I wanted to build a layout, that is, I told her, I was like, and she's like, go for it. And I'm like, seriously? She's like, yeah. I'm like, sweet. Well, you never know where that line. Well, I don't know where that line's at, Raven. He could be 8. I'm 3 hours behind everybody on the East Coast. He could be 5 hours behind me. All right. So, who do we want to? So you know what? Let's take a page out of Dave's book. And Easy Buds, any suggestions on what to run? Oh, Easy Buds, there's a reason that we've been together as long as we have. That's for sure. So Easy Buds, any suggestions on what to run next? Dave has a tradition where anybody that's new to the channel gets to pick what goes on next. We are currently running DCC, but the layout has the ability to go DC as well. It has one of them fancy switches. But unfortunately, it also means everything on the layout's either DC or everything on the layout's DCC. And if you can, everybody, take a second, hit that thumbs up, give the video a like. I would really appreciate it a lot. F unit freight. Trying to think what I've got. I've got something that's kind of an F unit, but not really. But then I also, it's another one of my wife's trains. Yeah, it's technically an F unit. It's actually an FT. coal drag. Let me see what I got. I have some new stuff that I haven't shown yet because I was going to shoot a video with it. But they need to be built. I can't just put them on the track. Uh-oh. Just bumped my light for the loop here. Why is it like Christmas music? It's past Christmas. Great Northern. I do not have any Great Northern yet, but Great Northern I will eventually. I do have something that's in that kind of vicinity, but it's also something new that I haven't shown yet. That I actually picked up on a trade, believe it or not. Where are they? Which box are they in? There it is. All right, found it. Found it. Okay. If I can remember what the locomotive number is. Actually, it doesn't matter what the locomotive number is because I won't run it with the cars. Run it with different cars. I actually really like these locomotives. They're my wife's too. Haha. But I picked them out for her. Because she just needed motive power to pull one of her trains. Just happens to be a railroad I like. But we'll dig out some, see if I can find some hoppers and whatnot to throw behind it. I'm sure I've got some somewhere. And for those that are curious, when I say somewhere, let me do this. So, here, let me turn off some of these cameras. I'm going through this stack of car boxes. I've got 2 more boxes right here to my right, and I've got a box right here. So what I do need is I do need a rerailer. Miss Ollie, welcome to the stream. Who may want to talk about trains? Yes, we definitely like to talk about trains. Here, actually, I can just do that. And, you know, they're not going to be all unit train there. Easy. They're not going to all be like a unit train, but I've got cars that will fit what you're looking for. It'll be a nice mixed. Why are you being such a pain? Let's not be a pain. Thank you. Let's pull this forward. I don't remember. Do I have this under? There's a number on the locomotive that I need to read, and then that's going to be the number. If I can. Oh Lord, I can't read that. 1 second. Well, I didn't exactly think this one through, apparently. Because it's two powered locomotives. It's going to have to be a consist. Yeah. And these ones are always left in a consist because they always run together. And of course, I wasn't smart enough to write it on the bottom. Well, poo. And they would have to be different numbers. Well, shoot. I didn't think this one through. Huh. Well, so the other option, seeing as how I do not have an F unit, I have a locomotive that looks like an F unit-ish. Some may say is cursed. And 20, yes, N scale. It's a bit on the cursed side because, you know, SP never had them. But, I mean, who doesn't like, you know, Black Widow? Would this work for you easy? Because I cannot remember for the life of me what that is. And I need to consist it, permanently consist it, and write it on the bottom so that I know what it is. Germany Bacons, welcome to the stream. New collector to HO scale started a few weeks ago. Any advices? Well, everything you see here is N scale. Well, no, where is it? Where'd it go? This is all N scale. So I don't have any words of wisdom for HO, but some of the other gentlemen in here are HO. Easiest bit of advice, honestly, and thank you for the kind words. We can go through some of the cameras real quick. I need to get with Dave about how to set up the multicam so that it can flip through the cameras when I'm doing stuff. So honestly, they're Germany Bacons. Collect what you like. Honestly, it's a hobby. Collect what you like. Alright, I will have to figure out what the deal with these guys is. Because they're really nice locomotives. They really are. They're microtrains FTs. Alright, so this needs to go up here. Okay. There's that. But I will get that figured out, and that's something that I can get handled over the next week. Okay, this goes this way. Okay, so we can get back to what we were doing of putting the train together. This one, oh dear Lord, Jason, again, you can't remember This one, oh, I know what this one says. Haha. It does not actually have a number, but I gave it a number. 9. I need to get in the habit of either making, oh boy. Uh-oh. I started the wrong thing. That's going to be loud. All right, well, what the hell. So for those that don't know, this is a veranda turbine. It does have sound. It's got an ESU Loc Sound 5 in it. And it is a little loud. It's essentially, for anybody that's seen a scale trains or been around a scale train's turbine, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Matter of fact, I think it's the exact same sound file because the scale trains are ESUs. So, let's see, what did I miss? DMC Collie, rule number 1, it's your railroad, do what you like. Exactly. Nail on the head. 100%. Welcome back there, Jim. More budget-wise? I don't know about budget-wise, Germany Bacon. I mean, yes, it is a bit cheaper than, say, HO in some cases. You know, for the price of a HO scale DCC with sound locomotive, you can get 2 in N scale, depending on what you get. So, there's that. Okay, what is in here? Oh. We'll take some out of that. I'm going to hide that locomotive because that locomotive might actually hurt some people's brains, but my wife loves it. And when I say that, it's because it's a, it's a SD90 Mac that's painted in a GE demonstrator livery. Don't know why somebody painted it like that, but my wife loves the thing. And honestly, it would have looked right at home pulling the circus train. And you know what we'll do? We'll pull out this caboose. Let's pull out some other cars to go with our little hopper drag here, because I got more. Just got to figure out where they're at. No. Let's check this one. Oy. Need to pick a camera and just put up the different views. Quad main is so nice. Well, it's not really quad main, just this one area is. Where you see the Norfolk and Western train parked right now, that is actually just a passenger station siding. And the one you see on the far side is actually a lead that will eventually go to an industrial area. Okay, so we are in Station City. Turn on Park View and Lake Loop. So there you go, you get little views. Double mainline loops, yes, they can be run independently. Well, the DC can't be run independently yet, but yes, they do have crossovers, so you can go inner to outer, outer to inner. On this one end, it is 4 foot. The other depths are 3 feet. Easy buds. If that was meant for me. Okay. Let's check this box. What do we got in here? Oh! Oh, what the hell. Pulling a little of everything tonight. Why not? We're going to go ahead and pull the train forward just a little bit. So we can add a few more cars onto the back of her. Whoop, hitting the lake loop cam. Gotta be nice. Gotta be nice. Yeah, I might turn that turbine off until it actually starts moving. I don't want to be cooking overpasses. Get up there. There you go. John Welch, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Russ, welcome to the stream, Russ. It started off rough, I'm not going to lie. Before the stream ever started, things were definitely going sideways on the railroad. But since then, not too bad. Other than I keep forgetting what locomotives are numbered in my DCC system. But, you know, age and all. Oh, yes. This one's a little modern to be on this train, but I really love this car. Let's go ahead and... I really need to hook up my JMRI, because then I could just be walking around with the throttle on my phone. I need to remember to set up my tablets in various spots too. Uh-oh. Apparently the coupler on the tender gave loose, or gave way. Apparently the tender does not want to play tonight. That's not even that much weight. What's the deal? It's being persnickety. Well, we'll throw a couple more on and we'll just call it for that. Because like I said, I do have a string of new cars that I need to do a video on to get off my butt and do a video about already. Why is this doing this? You are not behaving properly, sir. There we go, that's better. Yeah, easy bud, you're not wrong. I've got a tote full of motive power from various railroads. I recently just got 2 more in the last day or so. Again, need to get off my butt and make a video about already. Stop making excuses, just get her done. Alright, let's get the turbine on its way. Get all its bells and whistles going, literally. Headlight. Oh, I see the issue. And yeah, it's not the locomotive, it's the tender itself. It is the tender itself that's being the trouble tonight. So, That can go to the service track just like the GS4 that threw its traction tires earlier. And we're going to run a little unprototypical because I said so. Come on, you can do it. Anybody notice the light on the back? Southern Railway, no wide cab junk, both high hoods. See, I'm not really a fan of high hoods unless they have certain paint jobs on them. They really do have to have certain paint jobs on them for me to be like, yeah, okay, I can get on board with that. One of them being this paint job. I would be running that, but that is DC only right now. So, all right, come on, you. Let's go. So it was the tender. The tender's got high couplers for some reason. I got to figure out why they're so flipping high on those. Because when I put the ones on the locomotive itself, I actually used the height gauge. Imagine that. Okay. I need to figure out which button. There. Oh, now I see what's going on. Okay. When I turn on the actual low headlights, it comes out of shunter mode. I was wondering why it was not powering up and going. I need to put it on the program track and fix that. Alright, so now we got... I think it's probably getting close to time to pull the Challenger off, honestly. Oh! Just noticed the Challenger's starting to slip. Challenger's tires are getting a little warm. X-Rail America patched, yes sir. Nice. New England Central Rail Amera era. Okay. Yeah, maybe time to... N-scale microtrains couple installs can be challenging, so I buy all microtrains compatible stuff except Kato passenger cars. Yeah, well, you know what? Even the Kato passenger cars can be compatible without too much of an issue, really. Because all you have to do is on the side of the knuckle couplers, nip off that little nub, and they'll couple up just fine. Yes, it is a Greyhound scheme Challenger. Yes. BNSF 39, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good evening. Please don't get too upset at my cursed locomotive running on the High Line right now. Cut the nubbin. Yes, exactly. Mustache Mike. Horrible evening? Oh, that's not good. Let's start a channel where I will begin to record videos of myself and my train layout. Hey, go for it, Germany. Go for it. you know, Dave and Kevin were part of the reason that you know, part of the reason I got back into the hobby. I already had the itch. I just hadn't taken the plunge yet. And so they kind of gave me the city storm sewer got overcharged and backed up into my... Oh. Yeah, that's a pretty crappy evening. Yeah. Sorry for the pun, but yeah, that's a pretty crappy evening. Sorry to hear that. Okay, so John Welch, any suggestions for a train to replace the Challenger? And unfortunately, it's going to take me a few minutes to put the Challenger away because it has the circus train behind it. So it's going to take me a little bit to put that one away. And seeing as how it's my wife's train, I want to continue being married. So I'm definitely going to be careful with it. I'm also, while that's coming around, going to put her FT units away. D. McCauley, thank you. Thank you for the sub, and thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your stay while you were here. I'm still ironing things out, let's put it that way. Still ironing things out with the layout, getting the cams all sorted. And at least the track is running good tonight. So the track is not giving any headaches, and I'll take it. Equipment's a lot easier to work on in many cases than is trying to fix track and align track and whatnot. Because since my last stream, it's literally almost been a non-stop adjusting track, fixing track, so on and so forth. On the bright side, it looks like the cars on that third to last flat car behaved themselves. Let the Challenger just kind of creep its way up here while I get ready to start taking things off the layout. I'm going to turn this table this way. Alright. Got the headlight on that. Spence Too Much, welcome to the stream. I am not minding my chat very well, I am sorry. I need to figure out, there it is. I can fix this. Oh, please don't assault me with other things just because I pulled the tablet out. I should have already fired this up and had this waking up in the background. Actually, gremlins aren't too bad tonight. You know, overall, the gremlins have been less problematic than they were last time. Overall. Alright, let's get these cars put back in here. Okay. The gremlins have more or less behaved themselves this evening, so I'll cut them some slack this time. Alright, that one up on its side. These cars, alright. James E, thank you for the sub. Being a mod, not sub. Sheeshra. There, Jim. What the heck? Oh, did that startle you, Spence? Sorry, but I was asking earlier if that alert was a little on the loud side. I didn't see any response on that. BNSF, minimum radius is 17 and 5/8 is the minimum radius. John Welch, thank you for the subscription as well. Thank you very much. Yes, N scale. Maximum radius is 28 1/4 inches. So for N scale, huge. Oh, that's not good. Why do they gotta do that to me? I'm carrying him over to the box and the deck started lifting off of the flat car. Why? Why, Demi? Why are you gonna do this to me? Let's not break my wife's stuff, please. Please. I really don't want to hear it. Let's not break the stuff. Okay. Yeah, that can go up there. No breaky. No breaky. Yes, the Black Widow running is SP. It is an SP demon child, bastard child, spawn train. But personally, I like Black Widow. I love turbines. So when I found it actually on a Facebook marketplace, and because it is what it is, it didn't cost me $200 for the freaking train. Because it's an SP and not a UP. If it had been UP, it would have cost me $200 for the thing. Because it was SP, I think I paid like 80. So I'll take it. Okay, the caboose needs to go over there. Okay, I need to flip the caboose around. I don't want to break the stovepipe. There we go. Let me see. Don't want to miss too much. Oh or no, huh? Well, I mean, that's you, Russ. DC Skater. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to my big old fumble fingers. Trainmaster, I do not have. That is on the list to get. Because, well, that was one of SP's favorite commuter locomotives, was the Trainmaster. And, you know, where I live, Bay Area is not that far away. And they had a lot of them. Okay, why are these not going back in here? Why is it when I pull stuff out of here, it never goes back? Alright, we're going to make some room by rearranging some of the stuff in the box. Because it all came out of this friggin' box. It's all going back in this friggin' box. Okay. There. That's put away. Circus train, put away. Circus free. Oh, I was hoping you were talking to a cat. I'm a cat guy. Well, the cats are out in the other room, yeah, because, yeah, I get tired of picking fur out of running gear of steam engines. In the meantime, though, we don't have a cat, but we have an emotional support Beardy sitting right here that acts a lot like a cat or a dog. Who's taking off? Have a good night, Germany. Hope you had a good time while you were here, and have a great weekend and happy Easter. Oh yeah, we'll go back to that one because it's got all the cameras on it. According to the wife, however, it looks like one of your N&W passenger cars. Yes, I've been looking at that too. I've been seeing it on the camera, and so it's the one right next to the building too. I have to be careful where I step or I'm going to hit one of the cameras. Oh, it's the trucks on these cars, because these are Concours cars, and the bolsters on the bottom allow the car to rock in curves, even if they're not super elevated. So when they go around a tight corner, they actually do lean, even without the corner being super elevated. And so sometimes that's a byproduct, is going down a straight line, it might sit kind of cattywampus a little bit. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to back the locomotive up. Back up you. Nope, wrong way. Other direction. Come on, you. I'm only doing this because I'm partially lazy. Because the, oh, why is that camera spazzing out again? God bless it. Because the case for where that locomotive is going to go back into is over here on this side. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Back into its case. Now this is one of my locomotives that doesn't just go back into a car box. Typically my locomotives all go back into their original cases. So cats like to lay in tunnels too, if they can get into them. Yeah, I mean they would have to be kittens in this case to fit. Let me go over here and see if I can't fix this lake loop cam real quick. It's gonna look real goofy here for a second. Come on. Pay, do it. We'll see if that fixes its wagon. The cameras I have, they were recommended to me by ScotRails, or Scott's Rails. They are Nexigo N660 cameras. BNSF, mine looks like spaghetti at the moment, so, but that's pending laying a actual bus line. So I haven't run this one in a while. Let's do this one. Well, maybe a little modern for some, but this one I'm really kind of proud of. I've got a few more to do yet. that will actually end up running with this one. Make sure I got all the wheels on the track first off. I don't think I've actually run this one on this layout yet either. A smart arse, right? Oh, I know you are, Russ. Doesn't bother me at all. Okay. This one can now go from... Okay, where is... Alright. And this one's Loco 1943. Alright, we're going to pull it forward just a little bit. Alright, let's see if this tablet's ready to do its job. Hello? Yeah, I guess not. Guess this tablet wants nothing to do with doing a job. Alright, well, yeah. There's those darn gremlins. Alright, so apparently my tablet had enough battery to start and then die. So, cell phone it is. Give me 1 second. It's funny, my video doesn't even, my YouTube doesn't even bring me up. Alright, there we go. Oh, well, thank you there, BNSF. Okay, so now some cars. Oh, like the video once again. I'm sorry. I got confused. I thought you were talking to me. Talking to Russ. I think I liked Russ's video as well. I remember watching it, and I know I could have swore I hit the thumbs up on that one. Oh, well, okay. And screaming at me from over there. What's in this one? Is it? Oh, Lord. I think there might even be some CSX in my future, by the way. Because I've got some of these that are going to need a proper ride. It's always good to know. Yeah, I would agree. Or I agree, BNSF. You know, because sometimes it's fun to see the journey. You know, that people take. Mystic Railroad, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Yes, BNSF, there's going to be plenty of those kind of videos coming once I get started on the scenery. There will be lots of those kind of videos, for sure. I forgot. I have another locomotive that technically could run with this UP, but I would need to speed match it. But here, let's throw a little pink in there. Yes, please, if you could. Thank you very much, Raven, for that. Oh, nice. Ah, oh, yes. Oh, that one's got a catwalk. Bugger. Please don't, though. These are locomotives that I would like to get some of, too. I'd like to get some Western Pacific. Come on. Let's go. You can do it. It doesn't look like that one went on the track, but I'll check it here in just a second. Oh, I know what I'm going to have to put on the back of this one. This one don't get no caboose. Oh, it did go on the track. Alright, cool. Your crop top is suffering again. Sawdust for flock? You know what? Some of the stuff I have may very well be sawdust. I don't know. I've got a lot of the woodland scenic stuff. Don't know if that stuff's all sawdust or not, but I think a few more cars in this one might be done. If it wasn't for the grades, I know the locomotive could pull a lot more than that. Oh, here. For you Northeast folks, here, we'll throw this on. I forgot this was in that. Oh, we're supposed to do that. Do that. Be good. You gonna cup? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could do that too. A lot of the dirt that you see on my layout, BNSF, it's literally dirt from my backyard. I went out, collected a bunch of it. I actually had several different size sifts and sifted it down to where, you know, I had literally 3 different grades. Baked it in the oven, kill any microbes, and yeah, that's part of what you see down in here and all that. That's just dirt from my backyard. Not all scenic materials need to cost you an arm and a leg. There's even a few of the logs and rocks and stuff that are on my small layout over here that are actually again, you know, came from the backyard. Okay. Yes, Raven, I totally agree. California filth. Well, I mean, you know, tomato there, Mike. Just means when it comes time and I leave this godforsaken place that there'll always be some traveling with me, huh? I'll always have a little bit of what used to be home with me. Alright. Need to find my Fred car. Wherefore it be. Wherefore it be. Alright. It's around here somewhere. Don't know where it be, but I know it be around here somewhere. It's in one of these boxes. Let's see. Birthplace must have. Ah, okay. Dense soil in Ohio. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't think I've ever been to Ohio. Great Western 90, welcome to the stream. Don't mind me, I'm in the middle of train changing. Oh, man. I wish I had that Fox Valley Locomotive speed match in this SD70. Because I would have it on here. Oh, what am I doing? I would have it on here, and I would be adding way more cars. Alright. Our Fred is fretting. Check our wheels, make sure our wheels are good. Why are you being a PETA tonight? Just go where you're supposed to. Thank you. Dave! Welcome to the stream, Dave. California bad cancer. Yeah. You make the best of it. Thank you, Dave. Wish my cams... Well, my cams are semi-behaving now. Alright. Okay, that's not it. Where is it? Come on, where? There they are. Alright. We'll see how it does with these going up the hill. If it seems to do okay, we might chance it, add a couple more. Need to get my butt over here and actually put that FT set away. Or actually, you know what? I'll just put it on the workbench with the other locomotives I gotta work on. Seeing as how that has to go into the workbench for throwing traction tires. Luckily, I have quite a few sets of traction tires. And thank you, Dave, for the kind words. Is this thing spazzing out again? Hey, Dave, what's the trick to get the camera to stop acting a fool? Up. The one that's going up the hill is not a BLI. That is actually a Kato. Then I put an ES, and it's stopped already. Wow. Oh, I see why it stopped. Okay, so that's. Ooh, okay. Everything's gotta stop. Well, there's those darn gremlins. Here, let's see if I can at least keep you watching the mayhem over here. Where's the train? Okay. Train's over there. Alright, we're gonna... That was stupid of me to put a very light gondola in the middle of some very heavy... Uh-oh. Okay, well, let's move the turbine forward a little bit. 1 second, I'll get back to the question. It's a kata with the ESU, one of the ESU Lookdown Select decoders in it that I went a little overboard with. Adding the step lights and all that nonsense too. I started that locomotive 8 years ago and barely finished it about a month ago. Alright, turbine is rolling. Alright, let's see if it can make it up the hill. It's one car lighter now, so it shouldn't have much of a problem. Oh, but it is. 2% grades, I tell you. Yeah, it's handling it okay. See if it handles it through the direction change. Yeah, it'll be fine. For now, anyways. It's one of the reasons why, you know what, the hell with it. I'll pull a Dave and give a little bit of a view of some of the goodies I've gotten in the last week. There, that camera's back where I want it to be. Here, we're gonna stop the turbine real quick. We'll throw the Pennsylvania car on the back of the hopper train. Oh, its coupler doesn't want to play nice. There we go. It's so hilarious to watch that turbine come out of the super elevated corner and right itself, because it looks like a ship that just came out of a high-speed corner. And we're going to actually slow that down just a little bit. Give it about the same speed as the SD70. Okay, get back over here. And you know what? We'll just say screw it. Who's leaving? John Welch? Have yourself a good evening. Sorry I've been kind of all over the place here. But let me get the new toys. We'll kind of do a, like Dave does, kind of on the fly. Ooh, looky, looky what I got. And by the way, Dave, bummer on the Japanese bullet train, man. I thought you were going to have a full train set, or just about. Alright. So here, I'll pop in here, and we'll go ahead and, so if you don't want to have to stare at my big old ugly mug, you can watch trains in various other little windows. But, So, we'll start with last weekend. They had an antique fair in Old Town Clovis, which is technically where I live. Yeah, just set it in there. I'll come get some in a little bit. And so I found 7 of these. They're old roundhouse kits. And they're old Rio Grande coal liner hoppers. And, I got them for $10 each. Yes, they need to be built. But, meh. So, I've got 7 to build now. I'm missing a train. Oh, it's coming down the hill in the back. So, I got 7 of these to build. But it'll give me, a small little unit train. What he really had, or what another vendor had that I really wanted. Oh, nice, Scott. Or Dave. Ugh. Look forward to seeing that. Anyways, what another vendor had was a set of N-scale Rio Grande F3s, I think they were. They were Kato. He had A, B, B, B. He had 3 Bs, which is really weird to me. Saw this one, had to get it. This will show how old this car is. It's so old, it doesn't even have Microtrains couplers on it. And then I saw this one, and I had to grab it. I have to figure out what those are, but so it's a nice little Atlas caboose. Great Western 90. Yes, I do. The Greyhound I just put away is a Challenger. It's the only articulated I presently own. But I have had other Challengers, cab forwards, big boys. I have owned them in the past. For those that don't know, that are new, this layout was started borderline 10 years ago ish. I took a break from the hobby about 8 years ago. I used to do custom DCC and sound installs for people, and yeah, I made money doing it. I also very quickly burnt myself out in the hobby doing it. So quickly lost its touch, its flair, and I got out of I took a break from the hobby. I took the layout down, put it in storage, packed everything up, sold the expensive rare stuff, but kept the stuff that was more dear to me. But I have had some really cool, awesome stuff that is worth an arm and a third leg now, which is insane to me. But so, on my quest for starting to reacquire motive power, which I had no deficiency of before. Oh, well, Russ, there's that. So I had some brand new Microtrains cars that I had bought for my wife. My wife didn't want them. She said, do whatever you want with them. So I listed them in Facebook Marketplace and on the N-Scale groups for sale. And, you know, basically said, you know, hey, pay me what I paid for them, because they had never been on the track, never even been out of the package. Pay me what I paid for them, which was like $130 for like 5 cars. Microtrains, go figure. Or trade me, you know, some motive power, you know. And so I had a gentleman finally step forward after probably about a month of having them listed. And this is what I got. God, why is this camera sucks? Hello. I got it's a Montana Rail Link SD70 AC. Beautiful locomotive. I just love the deep blue with the black. Absolutely love it. So, I have a decoder. Don't have a speaker. I have 2 of the ESU selects left. And I have decoders for neither. So, or speakers for neither. So I need to get speakers. And then this one was an eBay find. And it was, the guy had it on there, you know, I think it was like $90 or offer. And so I just put it, you know, what I do with a lot of them that say or offer is I throw it in my watch list. And 9 times out of 10 they'll send me an offer. And sure as hell I got one. Dude offered to me for $75. And what we have is a brand new Florida East Coast ES44 C4 from good old Colorado. Literally brand new. This I picked up because, well, I have Tropicana cars that need to be transferred from the plant to the yard for CSX to pick up. So that's another reason why I said I might end up picking up uh-oh. Oh, that's the wrong train. Oh, oh no, stop it. Bad choo-choo. Jim, what'd I tell you about bringing the gremlins? So, yeah, that's interesting. Alright, well, now they've thrown my Fred car on the ground. It's a good thing they threw it down on the layout. Why you gotta be like this? And I think... wish I knew which car was actually the culprit. Whether it was the WP car or if it was the UP car. Either way, I'm not going to trust it. So, the WP's coming out and going into timeout. You can sit on the small layout until I can figure out what your problem is. This sucks because these... well, it's a microtrains. The one that came apart was not a microtrains. The one that came apart was one of those Atlas things. Those Atlas couplers. Kevin was here, he'd be screaming at me, don't you go blaming those, it's probably the microtrain's fault. Wait, These are all micro trains. WTF? So you know what? It had to have been the WP car that probably let go. That's all right. I'll put the UPs back on then. I really hope. You know what? I don't trust these. I'm gonna put them on up here and just let them go down the hill. Did I hear Holly? Just in line. Welcome to the stream. Wait, what in the heck? What's going on there? That's not rolling very nice. Okay, well, you're in timeout then. Oh yeah, that one definitely had no problem wanting to roll. Alright, that one's in timeout. Not even playing with them tonight. You don't want to run? That's fine. I got plenty of other rolling stock. Ooh. I got plenty of other rolling stock. Say her name 3 times, Spence. And she might appear. Ah, but I'm not Dave. Then again, I don't know, is Jim still here? With Jim being here, she might show up. Alright, this is probably tempting fate, honestly. But let's see if it'll get up the hill. Having this car on the back's probably not helping matters. Ah, that's to be expected. With where Jim lives, I wouldn't expect any less, honestly. Not even hold it against him. Alright. And so, I am so bad about this. My ADHD gets the better of me, and I get squirreled out. So now that we're 2 issues later down the road, but yeah, so that was the FEC. That's why I got the FEC, was to pull the Tropicana cars. You know what? Yeah. I just let the lizard out. Yeah, you. What are you doing over there? Huh? Give me an evil eye. Sitting there squinting at me. Anyways. I think it was... Oh, Lord. Where? I gotta find the comment. BNSF. Yeah, it's not BLI, it's Kato. And you know, I went a little overboard with it. You know, I added the step lights and pretty much all of the other lights are individual lights. Like the ditch lights are actual just individual LEDs in the ditch light housings. Each headlight bulb on the actual nose of the locomotive is 2 individual LEDs. The number boards are a separate LED. Rear lights are a separate LED. And then all the step lights. And there is actually another light, or another set of lights. Where is it right now? Okay. I don't know if it'll be able to see it or... Oh, wrong loop, stupid. And I'm not even over there to do it. We'll go to the station cam, there are some other lights on it as well. Let's see if I can remember which button turns them on. Oh yeah, there we go. So when we come down the straightaway here, look just under the cab. They're the ground lights, so that like the engineer and the brakeman can see the ground, are in place on it as well. They're not overly obvious in a really super well lit area, but they're actually really kind of cool to see at night. Looks like since I pulled off those boxcars, I pulled off those two, seems like everything's freer rolling and the SD's actually having an easier time getting up the hill. Raven, you're funny. It's spaghetti underneath the hood of that locomotive. I actually did have to custom, more or less mill a channel down the top of the chassis for all of those wires to lay, so that you could actually get the shell on. The good side of that is that the new, and keep in mind this is me using older decoders. Yeah, Russ, seriously. Because these are the older Atlas generation, you know, drop-in decoders. They're not like the newer ESU Lokesound Select 5s that actually have all of the connections on top of the board. These all have them on the bottom of the board, which means you have to do all that work before you put everything together. And then you got to try and figure out how the hell to get it all together. Which, yeah, can be very, very, very interesting to do. So, in a way, I'm kind of looking forward to when I run out of these select boards, so that I could start buying the newer generation of the boards. I have two more of these to do, like this 1943 is. Matter of fact, I have a second 1943 I need to do. And then I've got a 4141 to do. And I'm really thinking about this one hard, is that I just want to buy atlases that I could use these boards in. So that I could just buy the newer boards for the new locomotives and the other locomotives, so that I could just solder everything once the chassis is together. It would really make my life so much easier. But in the end, the locomotive looks really cool with the step lights and all that stuff. And like the minute you turn power onto the track that it's sitting on, the step lights come on and the number boards come on. The ones sitting beside the building on the passenger station track are all N&W except for the OBS car on the end. The OBS car on the end is a Microtrain's Pennsylvania car. It's a Pennsylvania heavyweight. So here, let's go ahead and we can just start hopping around. Oh, of course, the one view I go to, there's no trains. And in this one, they're both disappearing. Well, there, we're back to this one again because here comes the trains. Should have just stayed here. Sheesh. Dave does not have cheapo boards. Dave has what works. You know, not all of my locomotives have DCC and sound. You know, my little SP Jeep 60 doesn't have sound. It has DCC, but it doesn't have sound. But it runs with a locomotive that has sound, and that's the key, is if one of them out of the group has sound, why do they all have to have sound? I mean, if you're at a train show or something like that, sure, okay, cool factor. You're sitting in here like this, it's an echo chamber. Like, I'm tempted to go over there and shut that flippin' turbine off. Because it's getting to that point. Oh yeah, what Dave did to his U50 is nice. It's very, very, very nice. I do have one of those, actually, too. Matter of fact, where's the train? It's over there. It comes around, and we'll swap the turbine for the U50. Not pushing. Any idea when you're going to start scenery, painting the foam for starters? You know, actually, Raven, probably soon. What I need to do is I need to glue the track on this end. I need to glue the track now that on this end it's all where I want it. I can glue all of this and glue these risers in place and all that. And okay, that's enough of you. Soon, more than likely. I'm gonna glue it. I've got the glue. Dan Crane the second. Oh yeah, Raven, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. And that's why I really wanted to get to this point with the track, so that I could get to that point. Because I definitely, the white is obnoxious. It's my layout, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's obnoxious. I don't like it. Very, very, very much don't like it. So, the sooner it can go away, the better. Is this the box? No, that's Thomas and Friends. Where? Ah. Found it. Mr. 50 this time should have no problems with the hills, because I have gone through and gotten rid of the peaks that were the bane to its existence. Alright, this is 924. Headlight forward. I also gave it a complete teardown after that tragic night of running, where it just was not performing very well. Gave it a complete tear down, clean out. Had quite a bit of old crusty lithium grease in the gear sets. So it's no wonder it was struggling. And there we go. Up the hill. No problem. So those that were offended by my disgusting SP turbine can be less disgusted. I don't know. Everybody might not like it, but you know what? I love the thing. And it's definitely the run what you love and what you like. So let me get back to chat. U-Series really grown on me. Yeah, no, I definitely, I've always liked my U50. It was actually one of those antique shop finds. Was that U50? A lot of my odds and ends stuff are all Great Western 90. Oh, yes, there you are, sir. Yeah, correct. What was it? Easier to find anything while it's white. Yes, Dave, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. But this U50 is actually currently anyways, is slated to get my last remaining ESU Micro V5 I have. And I can do that because I custom build my own speakers. So and I do still have a couple of speakers left, so it's just unfortunately the speakers that I have remaining are much too big to fit in something like an Ace or a ES44. They're too wide. Let's see if I've got them over here. Oh, did I actually put them away? I might have actually put them away. Finally, they were hanging out on the desk over here forever. I think I did finally put them away. Oh! There was something that might interest Mr. Scott in here. Mr. Dave Scott. It's like Bond, James Bond. Scott, Dave Scott. So, oh yeah, I did put them away finally. So these are the speakers that I will take and make custom enclosures for. When it comes time. Now, Mr. Scott, since oh yeah, keep alive, anybody? We got a few. I've got a bunch of these Railmaster Hobby. Uh-oh. What happened to my... Oh. I have a bunch of these. And they're much too big for N scale. No, I literally scratch build them out of Plastistruct. And I've got all these Railmaster Hobby speakers that were bought when I was sussing out speakers before I knew anything. Oh, look, yeah, more old ESU speakers. So don't be surprised, Dave, when that box finally leaves here bound for your place, that you don't end up with a surprise of speakers that I literally have no use for. So I'll have to find and buy a special enclosure for that one, because yeah. I finally found a box about the right size, Dave. So it actually came with, I think, the Montana Rail Link came in that box. It's like the perfect size for everything I'm sending to you. So it shouldn't cost me $75 like somebody else's box. But yeah, I finally got a box. It's down over there into the layout, but all the choo-choo's moving still. Okay, here's the SD70. There goes the U50. Man, that U50 is just kind of chugging along, isn't it? Alrighty, folks. Well, we've been at it for, wow. Okay. Over, how long does it even say? 2 hours and 37 minutes. So not too bad. Probably going to close up at about 10. So about 15, 16 minutes. But all in all, not too bad a go at things. The cameras, other than my lake loop crapping out that one time and not coming on back online until I switched the port it was plugged into, the cameras have behaved. But yeah, look for keep an eye out for videos coming up. I will be starting with gluing these risers in place and gluing the track in place. I'm going to take my time with the track because I'm literally going to be doing it with a level across all the pieces, so that I can try and get rid of the typical Kato over each of the, joints in the tracks. And I'm literally going to try and get it as I can, nice and flat as I can. Obviously, there's a certain amount that is prototypical. It's expected to be there. But overall, the trains are running pretty good. You watch the trains, it doesn't look like you're doing a whole lot of jumping around. Even real railroad straightaways are not perfectly straight. So, I don't like Trisha, but I play one on TV. Yeah. Need to get off my butt and get some of these. DC Skater, yes, I do. Thank you, Dave. I do have some Steam. I have, I apparently bumped that camera. I have a Challenger. I have, my wife has a Berkshire sitting over here at the station. This is the train that's connected to the back of it, which you can't see because the building. I think there's 1, 2, 3. There's 2 daylights, a war baby. Oh no, there's 5. There's 5 GS4s here. I think they're all different numbers too. You know, except for two of them. Two of them are the same number. One of them is pending a number because it's being custom painted as a war baby. I have Concord Mikado. I have a Kato Mikado. I have a Atlas American in around here somewhere. It's my 18-year-old's train. I have a UP 49er from Concord in the box back here. I think as far as steam engines, that pretty much does it. That's about it for steam. But yeah, I've got some. There's plans for more. With them being some of the more expensive items to acquire, you know, I can get 2 or 3 diesels typically for the price of one nice steamer. You know, like for example, you know, I paid $75 for this brand new Florida East Coast locomotive. So, and that was FIBE. So, yeah, Dave, you see what that freaking camera's doing? You know, it's funny, DC, you know, my wife wasn't initially into it, but then I hooked her when I showed her stuff like the Ringling Brothers train, you know, from Microtrains. I hooked her with like the Pepsi stuff. I've got an entire Pepsi train over here. I think with all of the cars Microtrains makes for it. She's got the popsicle train. See, why? Dave, why does this thing keep twitching like that? Ah, it's annoying. But yeah, that's pretty much how I hooked her. Was all of like the cute little stuff like that. You know, she's got a food train, she's got the circus train, she's got a candy train, which is like every manner of candy car you could think of: tankers, boxcars, hoppers. You know, I think I had that Concord Mikado used to pull that train for too long. It starts doing that. Deactivate, reactivate. Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. Here, so where are we at? We're on the city station. Let me go ahead and kill those, and then I'll go in here and we'll go to Lake Loop Cam and we'll shut it off for a second, cut it back on. Lake Loop Cam. Yep, I love it. It starts spazzing right as I go away from it. That figures. Advanced scene switcher instead. Yeah, I need to look into that. Cause, yeah, it's funny because I can leave it for hours, Dave, and it won't do it. And then out of nowhere, it'll start having a fit. Well, that's a nice meat right there, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking this one's just a jerk. You know, it's weird, Dave. I was telling, I think it was Kevin, is that this one and the one that you see in the background back there, which is the crest cam, this one, they don't show up as N60s or N660s. This one right here, the crest cam, has a completely different name altogether. I was like, huh? And you can't change the resolution on it. And then this one is the same way. It still says all the same as the other two cams, has identical name to the other two cams, but you can't change this one's resolution. But this one and this one, you can't. Like, I actually have them running at 720 right now. So, Earl Seymour, welcome to the stream. Oh, the SD70 is getting tired. Yeah, I do not want to break that locomotive. Oh, and I can see one spot over there that I need to fix. Right at the crest. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be shutting down in about 7 minutes. I've been going for a little over 2 hours, 46 minutes now. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. I know it's the, evening before Easter, and many have families, so I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. Breaking in new cameras, seeing what new things we can break, testing the weak links in the system. This cam obviously being being one. Thank you, Dave, and no worries. I figured, like with you and Kevin especially, you guys have your families, so. Not everybody's families are hobbits like mine, apparently. Good night, Drew. Sorry I didn't even realize you were here. I am so sorry, Drew. Thank you for coming by. Have a great night, Drew. Sorry again. But overall it was a good stream. Trains behaved fairly well considering. It's given me some things to do during the week now. I got a GS4 to do some traction tire replacements on, and some more little kinks to iron out with the track. But have a good night, Cub. Thank you for coming. Russ, come on. You don't come into this thinking that you're not going to get any crap. I mean, come on, things happen. You got to be a good sport and kind of take it. Come on, ST7, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for coming by as well. Well, DC, with the curves that I've got, my minimum is just under 19 inches. My maximum is 28 1/4. There's not anything I can't run. Even my old picky brass MT1 would run on this. Sadly, I don't have that locomotive anymore, which is the whole reason my layout originally had these size curves. But it would run on this no problem. So I do it too because it also, gives the passenger cars and whatnot a nice, gives them a good look. The longer locomotives look good, even like this U50. This U50 is huge, and there's not much overhang there. The super elevation in the curves is nice too. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for coming as well. So here we are. You guys get a nice view here. Oh, and I forgot, during that Antiques Fair is where that DC9 in the upper left came from. This cute little thing was $25. Landing gear come down. Even the air stairs in the back of the plane come down. So oh, what'd you say, Russ? Run what you like? Again, thank you everybody for coming out. It's been fun. Stuff has run really good, and that poor SD70 is about to try and make that hill again. I'm going to probably park him because I really do not want to burn up that locomotive. That locomotive was a lot of work. And you know what? I should have pulled out my wife's Maersk locomotive to run with it, because that SDP 40F would have run with it no problem. Wouldn't have looked too bad doing it either. Other than, you know, not looking right. William Abrams, thank you for hanging out, coming by. And if you guys haven't, please smash that like button down there. If you aren't already, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Trying to just build the channel and keep on going from there. You know, we're going to be having some more videos coming up soon. I'm working on trying to standardize video filming for future videos. Get a little more consistency going. And yeah, going to be nothing but fun ahead. Hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll start the scenery, and we'll go from there. So thanks again for coming and hanging out. Where is it? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the subs. And we'll catch you again. Sorry, before I take off. See, my new Mally is barely happy with the 054. Plan to expand the layout, foot and width and length. 5x7 to 6x8. Get 60 curves for it. Happier. Well, let's hope so, DC. Let's hope so. Oh, very nice. Have a good night, everybody. And we'll see you next time.